Okay everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make some salsa. It is awesome. Last year I made probably about 220 pints, that's about 110 quarts, and it is now middle of August, and we just ran out. So I love salsa, I eat it all the time. So this is the best recipe I've ever found, you're going to love it. So let me show you what we put in it. So you start with 8 cups of tomatoes. Now I like to use Romas. You see I've got a bunch of little cherry tomatoes in there also. If you use those, it makes it a little bit sweeter. You can do all Romas, all cherries, or a mixture of the two. And I've got a little processor here. This thing works awesome. I'll try and shoot a little clip of how that works, but I picked that up at the fair, believe it or not, and it's just unbelievable. So anyway, here's what it takes. It takes 8 cups of tomatoes, peeled, chopped, and drained. Now on the Romas and these little ones, I don't peel them. I just use them just as I just clean them and put them right in the little processor there. 2.5 cups of onions chopped, 1.5 cups of green peppers, 1 cup of jalapeno peppers chopped, 6 cloves of garlic minced, and I just pulled those babies out of my garden this morning. So 2 teaspoons of pepper, 1/8 cup of salt, 1/3 cup of sugar, and then 1/3 cup of vinegar. And I'm using that distilled white vinegar right there. So, and then you use 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, and you use 12 ounces of tomato paste. So I just use 2 of those little 6-ounce cans. So anyway, you just mix it all up and then bring it to a slow boil for 10 minutes. And then make sure your jars are cleaned. Cleaned all my jars. And you'll fill those up. Remember to wipe off the rims, and then boil your lids. Just get them simmering, and then put those on there and seal them, and then you'll cook them in a hot water bath for 10 minutes. And then you can also modify this recipe. I like hot foods, so I like using all of the jalapenos, which is 1.5 cups. That makes a nice hot batch. People that like a medium batch, you could put in 1 cup, or if they like just a mild batch, put in a 1/2 cup. So anyway, check it out, it's awesome. Okay, I like to fill this little chopper up about this full, and then you just put your hand on the top and just start spinning that little baby around. About like that, you're all done. So just do that with the whole 8 cups, pour it in your pot, and we'll mix everything together. Okay, and I also forgot to mention, I like to double the recipe when I make it. So this nice big pan, which you can see is about that big, so that we fill this all the way full with 1 pot. It does it great. So I use the same little chopper thing for my onions. I just slice them in half, quarter them, and then just throw them right in this little thing. I'll do the whole onion at once and just give it a couple spins, and it's ready to roll. Oh yeah, look at that. It takes 3 large onions to do a double batch, just a little FYI. And you just keep using the same little container. Doesn't matter if stuff gets mixed up or not, it's all going to get mixed up in your pot. Okay, for a double batch it takes 2 really large green peppers or 3 medium. Okay, I use for my double batch 8 jalapeno peppers. Okay, there's my 12 cloves of garlic. It was about 3/4 of a large garlic, or maybe 1 medium garlic. Just put it in the processor and spin it. And that's what it looks like after you've chopped it up. Just take a spatula and scrape it all into your pot. Okay, I've got 4 teaspoons of cumin, 4 teaspoons of black pepper. I put in my sugar and my salt. Now I'm going to put in my vinegar, and then on with the paste and the tomato sauce. Okay, that is how much a double batch makes. If you make a triple batch, it'll go right to the top. And I forgot, that's what I'd like to do. So anyway, I'm going to fill that baby up with one more batch. Okay, there's my triple batch. So now what I've done is I've put the stove on high. I'm going to bring that to a boil. I've got a flat top or a smooth top stove, and it doesn't heat that well. So if you got gas, you're probably not going to want to put it on high. But so bring it slowly to a boil, and then let it boil for 10 minutes, and then we will put it in our jars. Okay, then go ahead and start ladling it in your bottles. Okay, for those of you that don't know how to can, I'll show you this. I take a brand new clean dish rag, I get it moist, and then I wipe off the tops of these before I stick the lids on and screw down the rings. I got this little plate here, so when I'm in between, I got a clean surface to set it on. So, there we go. These bottles are really hot. And then you crank these lids on super tight. And that's ready to go in the water bath. Okay, I've got them all in there. I'm going to bring that back up to a boil, and then I'm going to boil it for 10 minutes, and then we'll pull them out. We'll set them on the counter on a dish towel and just let them cool for 24 hours. You don't want to move them for 24 hours once they're cooling. In about 12 hours, or in the morning, I like to get up and just check all the seals and make sure that they're sealed well. Okay, there it is. 9 quarts. If you're doing pints, it'd be 18 pints. And you'll just want to let this sit out. In about 12 hours, you'll want to check it and make sure it's sealed. Other than that, you don't want to touch it or move them for 24 hours. After that, you can wipe them off and mark them and date them. So, this stuff is excelente. Hope you enjoy.